Alright, we're going into game 5. In game 5, we're getting bolts out right away.
That is a lightning strike if I've ever seen one myself. Bolts taking down all 3 players of the NA West Major 2 champions, Arksville and Salco. And the thing about Arksville and Salco, I saw it for just a quick moment, they were below the damage threshold as well. So their aggression, even though they are picking up eliminations, isn't working out as good as they hoped.
But it's still a damper for Kanata and
Oh
Bolts.
my God,
Bolts now
Bolts
losing
just got
all of his shields.
lasered.
Still, he'll have the opportunity to recover that, but it's the loss of Rapid that's really going to start impacting where Bolts and Kanata might end up here. Fortunately for them, Zone pulling a little bit away from those mountain faces, so as a duo, they can still look to break through the foreground.
Murstache still on the height.
Swizzy, Gentlemate's going absolutely ballistic in this audience right now, and for good reason. Murstache said it, we're just gonna keep winning, and they got 3 already at the international level, Jacob. A land historic event, and they're still looking to see if they can get more.
We are literally watching the Queasy legacy in the making. Levin said it himself. The last time Queasy won 3 games in a row, he went on not only to win that major, but win 6 out of 12 games. Something that has never been done on that region of EU ever
Mr.
before
Savage is
and
dead,
ever
King's
again.
Team's
And
dead,
this could be that
Tyson
moment
Team's
in
dead.
history that you look back at
All of
when you
them
talk
dead.
about how great Queasy actually is. It is
feel like all the
because
higher
of this,
placement
but there's
people are
still
just dead
so many
besides,
threats in their
Swizzy's
path.
team.
They just have to look up. They have to try to go for high ground and stop the
4
play
games
train.
in a
Clicks,
row
Higgs, and
by
Yamzo,
Swizzy
they
would
have
be
been known to do it
crazy.
on NA Central. They just have to figure out how to do it here on the international stage.
And they might have to deal with Pars, Baka, and Pump along the way. Yapko, Seti, Panzer, they've also done a rather excellent job
Seti's
at just
coming around
maintaining
the
consistent
side.
performances, and they're looking for yet another repeat here, trying to clear some space in that secondary height, but they know if they want their odds to turn this into a victory royale, they're gonna need more
Fix is
than just
fighting.
secondary height. Pump falls to Clicks. This is big time for Xset because they need to pop off here.
Yeah, they truly are looking elite as a trio and taking the front side of the zone, something Yamzo knows to do best, but they have to be careful. Marius, Vanya, and Pixie, they're bouncing around with those crash pads, instantly climbing up that mountain, and that just means better positioning right away, and it gives them that luxury to look back, see all these other players rotate through. He's peeking through the stair, he sees Acorn, Aders, and Pollo, but it's not ready to go for it just yet, and nobody has even had an
almost
opportunity to
up
look
by
up. They're attacked at the
200
backside of zone.
points,
They're
Queasy's
attached right in the middle. It's not even going to be easy when somebody
200
eventually does.
points.
But that's the problem.
Look at the
Nobody
side,
else
that's
can actually
insane.
make their way up towards the high ground because Sweezy, Queasy, and Murstache refuse to budge. They just keep shutting down every single opportunity, forcing these teams to converge onto each other as iDrop now trying to see if he can collect an elimination there, a knock, anything. He needs a massive refresh here, but it's Pixie who finds Hottie, Marius, Pixie, and Vanya now looking to see what more they can seek out.
4 eliminations so far into the top 12. Placement points are flying in. Half of them at least at the top 8 is Veno, Vico. They're in that line of path. Marius looking up for only a quick second, not really focusing on the Queasy up above. It's probably too hard. You see the materials being drained right out of their inventory. Everybody else feeling the same thing, forcing Yamzo, Higgs, and Clicks to drop down low. The blessing is they're in the front side of zone, so they have a little bit more to work with.
But the control from Queasy, Swizzy, and Murstache on the high ground, Jacob, they're forcing all of these teams to swap layers to ultimate low. And with that in mind, Murstache, Queasy, Swizzy, just non-stop berating. These teams are forced. They're looking up, they're looking down, they're trying to find refreshes, but they have no breathing room. They are being suffocated right now by height.
With the conversations going on before the Global Championship, Boo probably smiling ear to ear right now with EU doing the performance that they are, but Kanata Bolts, they're trying to channel how they played in game number 1, finds a key elimination on to Reed. Not just elimination points, but placements as well. Cammy falls, more points from the lobby. Swizzy's trying to drop down low, he's just getting looped, he's bringing it back up to his IGL.
And that is all Swizzy has to keep tabs on alongside Murstache. Everything getting dropped at Queasy's feet so he can have the ultimate success here. But Marius, he's in too much trouble. Marius trying to squeeze away. It's Vico, it's Veno, and Flixie chasing them down. They know that they're going to have to clear out all of these players inside of these lower layers if they want a real shot at beating Queasy up on height.
Yeah, if there's
Yeah,
any
there's
team
no
that
way-
I
no
think
way
has a
anyone
chance to
beating
look up
Queasy.
and at least give them a fight, it is going to be them as Marius is forced outside of the zone, almost a 1v1 against Clicks, and Clicks gets the knock. Can he
Oof.
get the elimination? No, he can't. No Siphon for him, but the battle, the inevitability is finally here. Vico's taking charge, but he's also taking most of that damage. Flixie's forced to reload. Venno is in that mid-cut as well, a challenge that they did not find success on, but relatively so. Even if they might not have the high ground, they put Queasy and
Queasy-
Mustache on the back foot.
Queasy doesn't
And that's
even
the
have
problem,
an AR.
Queasy, Mustache. They can
What
still
is
tank
Queasy
a little
doing?
bit of zone here just
Doesn't even
because
have
of
an
that
AR.
exotic fizz, but at the same time, Vico, Venno, Flixie, they're now trying to remind everybody this might be
Mustache
journey
getting
so
beaten.
far, but we still want to take
Venno's down.
Mustache finding the biggest elimination of the Venno, the Siphon carrying him forward. The hopes of Gentleman now resting on his shoulders. Flixie trying to hang.
Mustache is
Flixie
down.
wins it all.
Vico Venno.
Shutting down the
Flixie
dream here
wins.
for Queasy. Venno
That's
saying
crazy.
it all.
They took down
Anything you
Queasy.
can do,
Let's
I
go.
can do better.
We talked about the 6 of 12. It was with that
That's
man right
crazy.
there, Venno, with Vico and Flixie
Nice.
by his side. They are
Alright,
looking like
let's
a
see the
terror on the
leaderboard.
lobby.
Alright, leaderboard. Acorn, 175. Mr. Savage, 184. Dermis, 120. Higgs and Clicks, 231. At 36, Kanata, Bulks, Rapid, 239. Got Kimi, 242. Got Flicky and Venno, the people who just won that game. We have Mersklo at 256, at 290, Seti, and wow, almost 200 points. Swizzy, Mustache, and Queasy still on top with 461 points. So let's move on to game number 6.